Yes, sir.
Um,
Yo,
mic check. Mic check 1 2. Mic check one motherfucking two. You dig? I ain't trying to do all that. What going on? Alright, hold on, man. Why my verse sounding like that? Nah, dog. We ain't on that.
we ain't on that bullshit right there. Had me sounding crazy just now. Man, they had me sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunk just now. Had me sounding like Alvin and the Chipmunk. But I fixed it though. Let's make sure we good though, man, before we get started. Like Alvin and the Chipmunk. Y'all make sure y'all hit that motherfucking like and subscribe and put that notification on, man. You dig? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and put that notification on. Make sure y'all follow me on Kick, Original Hot Boy Turk, YouTube, Original Hot Boy Turk, TikTok, Original Hot Boy Turk, Instagram, Original Hot Boy Turk, Facebook, Tab Virgil Jr., and Twitter, Hot Boy 32. And y'all already know, man, to follow me on Twitter. What the other motherfucker is? What the other motherfucker is, y'all? Oh shit. It start with a T. What that other motherfucker is? I ain't been on that motherfucker in a minute. Twitch. Twitch, Kick, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and motherfucking TikTok. Make sure y'all follow your boy on all those motherfucking platforms. You dig? Yeah, man. It's telling the truth, not hating. With your boy, Hot Boy Turk. We gonna try to do this shit on a regular. A lot of shit been going on. And I just wanna, get in the conversation, man. You hear me? Just give my opinion, man. That's all I'm just giving my opinion, bro. One thing about an opinion, man, an opinion is the cheapest commodity in the world, bro. Everybody can afford it. You know what I'm saying? People get mad at people that they don't like who got opinions, but man, listen, man. If you don't want people to have an opinion on stuff that you got going on, keep it off of social media. Cause once they go on social media, bro, you can best believe we gonna have an opinion. Some of that shit we gonna like, some of that shit we ain't gonna like. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. You can wake up out your motherfucking sleep and get on social media and have an opinion. Yeah, I got it, baller. You can wake up out your motherfucking nap, get on social media and have an opinion. You can wake up out your motherfucking grave and have a motherfucking opinion. Bro? Yeah, man. So guess what? OJ, I'm serious, dog. Man, motherfuckers. And then the crazy part, people who never talked the way they talk now got a motherfucking opinion. Now, it don't mean that their opinion matters. But some of these motherfuckers be thinking that their opinion is law. I'm talking about loud talking motherfuckers who be thinking their opinion is law. Like, who made you the motherfucking judge, motherfucker? Man, sit your ugly ass down somewhere, boy. You heard me? But it's all good though, man. I be laughing at a lot of that shit, man. Y'all make sure y'all share the live, bro, and let them know, man, we telling the truth, not hating. You hear me? But man, this Nolan Wells shit, bro. If y'all follow me on my Instagram and all my other social media platforms, y'all can see what we about to get into, man. I felt this Nolan Wells situation is real touchy, bro, and I feel like a lot of more people need to be talking about it and just, we don't know the facts of the case, but I think the more people talk about it, the better with solving this situation it'll be. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I think it was foul play. From listening to all of some of the things that been being said. I know a lot of people probably been putting a lot of bullshit out there, but Nancy Grace, she seemed like she been on it. TMZ, they do what they do. Sometimes they be wrong though, but they been posting, a lot of content on this situation. And of course the internet bloggers. Y'all already know how they get down. They doing what they do. But let's get into it, bro. It's a clip from TMZ. And it's a video that shows Nolan Wells wasn't on a boat during the dispatch call. That's what they saying. Allegedly. Let's get into it.
Remained at the island. And in fact, there was one report that claimed that he was there as late as 6 o'clock, still on the island. This new video shows the boat that Nolan's friends were on when they left the island. This is the boat that Nolan arrived at Horn Island on July 4th.
Same friends.
Same friends. Seven people, which is what we heard them describe on the call to the tow company. And they are all on the boat there. This is as they are trying to get it started.
And there's no Nolan in sight.
Right. And the 7 people you can see on there, Nolan is not one of them.
And I think it's important to say, and you said it, but I want to reinforce it. That's at the beginning of the trip. So it's not as if...
this is at the end of the day. This is 4:30 in the afternoon.
See, they saying that this boat was when they was calling the people, right? But you don't see nobody on no phone talking to no police. And y'all remember when the man interviewed the white dude, he said that they left and went to the island, if I'm not mistaken, without Nolan. Him and one of his partners. So I don't know if Nolan was on the boat with them or not. But let's get into it. Let's see, y'all. Let's, because there's been a lot of bam, 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 wishy-washy conversations, jumping from here to there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that dude, that bump, that Tatum dude, man, he doing the most. Pissing me off, dog. I ain't lying. I just feel like he trying to prove black people wrong so bad to where he really like jumping to the conclusion of every information that he getting is the facts. And fuck everything else. You know what I'm saying? Man, that motherfucker there getting on my nerves, dog. Cause it don't seem like he trying to find out the facts. It seems like he trying to prove that motherfuckers are wrong. You see what I'm saying? And we gonna get to him. But let's see what TMZ talking about.
I'm sorry, at the beginning of the trip home, so that
Correct.
it's
Correct.
not like the boat's in the middle of
Right.
the water
Not out
and
there.
that something may have happened in between. This is as they're leaving
Yes, they
Horn
knew
Island.
that they had a problem as they were leaving. It's part of the reason they were rushing. We've heard his friend Warren describe that they were yelling at him, "Come on, get on the boat." So
I mean, the only point I want to make it is that it's not like the boat had traveled for 10 minutes and something could have happened in the 10 minutes. It's right at Horn Island
Exactly.
where you see this video.
right. So eventually they get the boat started and they get towed for a while, and then they end up going back to the mainland.
So this is really relevant because a lot of people think that his friends that he went with in some way are hiding something that may have happened in their presence with Nolan.
And the audio from that phone call that was made to the tow company certainly added to that, that made people, because some people think they hear a reference to Nolan and they think they hear a reference to him being dead.
On that boat, it was some females talking. It was some females saying, "Is he dead?" You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying that these people was rushing and doing this and doing that. They do got AI that can make motherfucking shit look like it's something that it ain't. And this information that's sent to TMZ, that motherfucker got an Officer Tatum show stamp on it. I'm trying to see where the fuck he even came from. Like, I don't trust him, bruh. I don't trust him, dog. Because if you got all this information, why you ain't turning it into the people who doing the investigation? You bringing it straight to the motherfucking internet. You know what I'm saying? You bringing it straight to the internet, trying to target black people. It's like he got beat up or something by some blacks, and he got a personal vendetta against the black folks for whatever reason. Allegedly. I don't know. But that man act like he was there. Let's see what they talking about though, y'all. I didn't know that this video came from Officer Tatum. The watermark say the Officer Tatum show. So TMZ with that bullshit getting this from the Officer Tatum. Let's go.
But he's not on that boat.
But he's not, from this video, at this point when this video was shot, Nolan is not on that boat.
Which is consistent with what we had heard.
And then we also know that the police have spoken to people and have either video or photos that show that Nolan was still on Horn Island after 4:30. Now, I've been saying all along, the main thing is if his friends leave at 4:30, who were the people who were with Nolan after that? Because they were going to have the answer.
That's right. And there were a lot of people on the island.
A lot of
people. It was
people
the 4th
there.
of July.
There was the girl named Katie, who, you know, we heard Nolan's mom say that she spoke to Katie, but Katie said that she saw Nolan, but sort of a hi bye in passing thing. Now, that's not how.
Now, one of the friends said he saw Nolan in the water playing with Kaylee, whatever her name is. But Katie saying she said Nolan was up and by high guy and she was gone. So why didn't he bring what the friend said about the Katie girl to TMZ? Why didn't he bring that lie to TMZ? From the same little white dude, the first white dude that he interviewed, who said they told Nolan to get on the boat, and Nolan said, nah, he was staying with the Katie girl, and he saw them go in the pool together. Or they was in the water together. I'm gonna find that video. But Katie saying that didn't happen. Katie's saying that didn't happen. So you ain't gonna question what the white boy said if Katie's saying it didn't happen. You just automatically believe in this white boy for whatever reason. You believe in them 4 white boys who you went interviewed. Only you got to interview them. I wonder how. Oh, Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum. That's how you got in contact with him. You an officer. Shit seemed fishy to me, y'all. You know. I stay in Biloxi and do a lot of business in Ocean Springs, and they're definitely hiding something. Bro, it don't take no rocket science, bro. It's too much shit that's not corroborating, bro. It's not adding up. It's not making no sense. I know social media takes shit and twist shit and make shit be what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? But bro, in this situation, man, common sense, man. We ain't. Come on now. You don't gotta be no motherfucking investigator to have no common sense, dog. Like for real, for real. Officer Tatum got a motive of why he doing the things what he doing, bro. Peep him out.
Their friend Warren described it, but
Warren.
if it's not Katie, there were other people who were.
Warren, that's the first white guy that he interviewed. And this don't, I'm not racist or nothing, y'all. I'm just saying in this particular situation, it was white against black. That's basically what it is. I got a lot of white friends. I'm not racist. Even some of my white friends will be saying this some bullshit. Cause I remember when they had that fight on the river with the white guy and the black people, my white friends was saying them white motherfuckers was out of line, out of pocket. So, you know what I'm saying? Trust me, it don't have nothing to do with no race. I ain't nowhere near that. 2026, and even I ain't never been that shit, so it don't matter if it's 2026. I always had my own mind. They got good people, they got bad people, bro. And in this situation, man, somebody seen something. It don't make no sense to me that you got thousands of people on this island and nobody know what happened to Nolan? Somebody seen something, dog. Keep going, Turk. Literally my idol growing up. Yeah, y'all already know, man. Hey, man. Hot Boy Turk, man. Y'all just tuning in. Make sure y'all follow me on all my social media platforms on Kick, Original Hot Boy Turk, YouTube, Original Hot Boy Turk, TikTok, Original Hot Boy Turk, Instagram, Original Hot Boy Turk, Facebook, Tab Virgil, Twitch, Hot Boy Turk, and Twitter, Hot Boy Turk 32. And don't forget to hit that like, notification, and subscribe. You did? This is the Telling the Truth Not Hating show with your boy, Hot Boy Turk, man. And we gonna do this shit more often. Cause it's a lot of shit that's going on, man. And I'm just gonna put my 2 senses in on this shit. You heard me? Cause me and my wife be talking about a lot of this shit all the time. I say, babe, I'm about to go live and see what the people saying about this shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause me and you gonna drive ourselves crazy. Me and my wife in this bitch, we trying to figure this shit out like motherfucking Perry Mason. You hear me? We in this bitch like getting mad than a motherfucker about this shit, dog. I do got a kick. That's why I'm telling y'all to follow me. I'm building it up now. You know what I'm saying? Original Hot Boy Turk. We about to do a lot of good things, man. I'm about to be a 24-hour streamer, bro. Real IRL shit, you know. Take it out on the road with me everywhere where I'm going. I'm about to really get into this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody telling me I got a personality for it. And I'm just about to bring y'all into my life a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I think I could do it. I don't got shit to hide. You know what I'm saying? Shit, let's have fun. That's what I'm on. I play all day anyway. Y'all get to see the another side of me. that's real, that's really me. So you feel me? I ain't doing no tripping. Bitch, I don't got nothing to hide, bitch. You just better be ready for what you see. You heard me? You better be ready for what the fuck you see. You better be ready for what the fuck you hear. And if you got a weak motherfucking stomach, hey man, change the motherfucking channel, man, cause I'ma say what I want, man. You dig? And that's just what it is, man. Telling the truth, not hating. Telling lies is clout chasing. I don't do no telling lies, bro. You heard me? Let's get it.
There.
There are a
And-
lot of people.
And so, who is going to the police? We now know from a document from the Department of Marine Resources in Mississippi. This is a document, ABC News obtained this, but it shows what they told searchers when they were going out searching for Nolan, and there were witnesses who described Nolan. So now we know there were definitely people who saw him and said that they described him as having a lot of alcohol that day.
That he was
heavy,
drinking heavily.
heavy alcohol.
Y'all ain't see him die, but y'all saw him getting high. It seemed like y'all trying to paint a motherfucking picture to me. We ain't see nobody do nothing to him, but we saw him loaded and high all day. We saw him snorting cocaine. We saw him shooting heroin. We saw him smoking crack. We saw him doing everything, but we ain't see nobody. We ain't see him after that. A motherfucker that's getting high gon' always have eyes on him because he doing something stupid that gon' draw attention. Come on, man. Somebody correct me when I'm wrong. If y'all can see a motherfucker inebriated, full of whatever they is, whatever they own, you can't tell me somebody not watching them for a good laugh. Somebody not recording them for a good viral clip. If they out their mind, and it's a lot of people out there, oh, we about to, and he a star football player, and y'all ain't gonna motherfucking record him being fucked up, so y'all can laugh at him, so y'all can mock him, so y'all can make fun of him. Every drunk motherfucker gonna get some attention. Especially if y'all on an island. Nolan wasn't just no motherfucking just anybody. He was a superstar in their neighborhood, I heard. I'm just saying, y'all. Even the crackheads get attention that's in the hood if they doing some crackhead ass shit. You gonna even pay them to do some entertaining. Huh? Come on, bro. Don't try to paint a picture to taint the motherfucking case and say his death was an accidental drug overdose. Then I heard they took his lungs. They took part of his neck. Why do all that? Why do all that, y'all? Not only that, one of the boys' mama is a judge. She had the tip line going to her house when this first happened. She came out and said she told everybody to delete their social media. She the judge. Delete your social media for what? Everybody don't even know who y'all is on social media. I ain't know who y'all, and y'all faces still blurred out. We still don't know who y'all is. So cut the bullshit, man. Delete your social media because y'all getting threats. We don't know who y'all is. Do y'all? We just start seeing them boys' face when Officer Tatum starts showing them. Then the white boy say he reached out to Officer Tatum because Officer Tatum had his back and had his friends back and was talking good about him. So they reached out to him to do the interview with him and only him. Nobody else? Not TMZ? Officer Tatum? And the first thing he do, he don't try to get what happened to Nolan. He trying to clear these 4 boys. He ain't giving a fuck about Nolan. Officer Coon Tate. I ain't say Kente, I say Coon Tate. Officer motherfucking Coon Tate. That's your motherfucking name, boy. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Let's see what's going on.
Call intake that day. Now, I don't know how much. I understand that that could be relevant depending on when we find out from the coroner how he actually died. So it could be relevant there. I don't think it's not a big newsflash to me. We spoke to a friend who was out there. He told us that the kids were drinking.
Well, but
we've heard multiple, and also
I think
it's 4th of July.
But there's a difference.
What are 18 and 19-year-olds doing on an island?
They're drinking heavily.
Of
but
course.
They hadn't used the word heavily until now. And look, the reality of the word heavily is that if somebody falls overboard, that drowning is probably more of a possibility.
I also think that word heavily is.
Okay. Even if that was the case, you think people would be hiding the fact that he was drunk instead of trying to paint a picture that he was drunk? Man, look, that motherfucker was drunk. He fell overboard and we couldn't save him. In a discussion. In a motherfucking discussion, dog. Y'all want to paint a picture to make people speculate that he fell overboard, but none of you motherfuckers seen him drunk to fall overboard? Come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's something going on. Something going on. Correct me if I'm wrong. Telling the truth, not hating, man. Telling the truth, not hating, man. I'm just giving y'all my input of what I think about Nolan Wells allegedly drinking heavily before his death. Because y'all see where it's going. They about to say he drowned from drinking. It was a accidental overdose. Something like that. Maybe they trying to put it on because the Officer Tatum say he know who gave him the cocaine. Well, how you know who gave him the cocaine? And ain't telling nobody, but you know who gave it. But they had fentanyl in that cocaine. Is that what going on? Somebody gave Nolan some fentanyl, a old fent. Y'all gave him some of that old fent, and y'all know where he went. Man, come on, man. Foul motherfucking play, dog. Foul play, man. Man, if y'all fuck with Officer Tatum, man, fuck you too. Straight like that. Ain't nobody on this motherfucking live of mine watching me should agree with Tatum and what the fuck he doing and how he doing it, dog. Real talk. Cause I want to know why he's so sure about what happened and he wasn't there. That boy was a star player. They was already jealous of that boy, because if you listen to Tatum talk to the Wells dude, he spoke so motherfucking inconsistent to me. He said him and Nolan went to one of his buddies' house. He said Nolan was always trying to be around them, but in another instance, y'all want to say that y'all were all friends. Why is my friend trying to be around me if we are all friends who be around each other? Officer Tatum is a former police officer. He sound like a motherfucker. Officer Tatum, hey, go Officer Tatum, man. That'll be racist like a motherfucker, but racist against his own people. Crazy, bro. All black people is not bad, bro. Just like all white people are not bad, bro. They got good people and they got bad people, bro. Like, when the fuck is people gonna grow up and stop motherfucking making things be race all the time? It's good or motherfucking bad. We all Homo sapiens, motherfucker. It ain't no big I, no little U's. Come on, man. Telling the truth, not hating.
Is incredibly subjective.
It is.
So
yeah, but you know what?
Someone described to the police as heavily may not have been that big of a deal. I'm just saying it is too early to say whether or not him having alcohol, which is not, again, if you ask me, did I think Nolan was drinking that day? Of course he was. Do I think that it had anything to do with what happened to him? I just don't know.
Well, I don't know.
And nobody does.
But
So,
but here's what I think. That when you say somebody, that witnesses said he was drinking heavily, the big thing that I'd like to know is, are they basing it on how many drinks they saw him consume or his conduct? And
Right.
those are two very different things.
Yes.
That if somebody is just falling down drunk, that's different than saying he had 3 or 4
Yes.
drinks.
Right.
And
Can
we don't,
also
and
matter-
we don't know what the basis was for saying he was drinking
the other
heavily.
relevance of it is when? What time of day was that? And when was the last time someone saw him? Because there was a last time, there was someone who saw him. What did they see?
Exactly.
And that's the whole ball of wax there. And until we hear from that person, none of us really know, and we're all speculating as to what could have happened to him.
Right.
Jordan from Jackson here. As a native Mississippian, my heart aches for Nolan and the Wells family. In this audio, you can hear them screaming his name in the background. To me, that says he was already unalived when they had called the tow.
But,
My
but
theory,
let me stop you for a second. How do you explain then this video of them leaving Horn Island on that boat and Nolan's not even on the boat? They made the call shortly thereafter when the boat was taking on water. And I know what you're saying because we've heard it. But if there's no video of him on the boat, how would they be saying that, 5 minutes in?
my theory is that
My theory is, how the fuck did they get that video of that boat leaving? Who was videotaping that boat? When you saying motherfuckers ain't have no phones on the island. That what they said. If you just leaving the island and your boat, well, if they got more boats when just your boat, I'm trying to see where other boats at. Did they have other boats on the water with you? They had to if they got a videotape and they got y'all motherfucking videotape. So that video should have a time stamp on it. Not just, look, here we go. We need the time stamp of whoever was videotaping y'all allegedly drowning. Cause somebody said the boat was back and forward on the water. Now I haven't ran across that evidence of nothing, but I heard somebody saying something about the boat don't make sense. How they saying they left at this time and they left at this time and then this time cut off and then they showed this time they was here and back on the boat talking about they trying to clean the boat and all that bullshit. Like, who clean a boat in the wee hours of the motherfucking night? What you cleaning the boat for? Why you cleaning the boat that was sinking? Seem like if that motherfucker was sinking in the water, I'm not putting that bitch back in the water. I'm not going to touch that motherfucker by no water. But that's all information that's circulating. I don't know. Allegedly. You hear me? Allegedly. I don't know if it's around election time, y'all, and they trying to start some divide the conquer shit. You know what? I ain't gonna take it down. Telling the truth, not hating. Make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, man, and turn on that notification. Follow me on my kick. Follow me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Original Hot Boy Turk. Follow my Facebook, Tab Verder Jr. Follow me on Twitch, Hot Boy Turk. Follow me on Twitter, Hot Boy Turk 32. Y'all already know what it is. It's telling the truth, not motherfucking hating. With your boy, Hot Boy Tiki. You dig? You dig? Let's go, man. The motherfucking Turk show, man. You heard me? Box Figgity. Hey, man, some days you gotta come be my special guest, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some special guests coming in and host with me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, this the new show right here, man. Telling the truth, not hating. This ain't no podcast, it's a show. I'm letting them have the podcast. We doing shows, you heard me? This is the Telling the Truth, Not Hating show. You feel me? Yeah, man. You know, stuff. We gonna have little music, videos. We gonna have all that going on, man. You know what I'm talking about? Music reviews. We doing all that. Everything going on, man. We got it popping over here. You heard me? Make sure y'all be tuned in, tapped in. You did, and don't tap out, man. You heard me? That's what's going on over here, man. What they think they gonna stop me? You can't stop me, man. You can copy, but you can't stop me. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. We gonna let y'all have that, and we gonna take it another level. You heard me? We gonna take this shit somewhere else, man, where they gotta catch up at. You feel me? You already know I'm a motherfucking innovator, man. You heard me? Real innovator, man. Let's go, man. Let's see what this boy is talking about.
They panicked, dumped the body, and left. That is my theory.
Hold on, let's go back.
Knew that if they called, they could make it seem like the boat was sinking.
But if there's no video of him on the boat, how would they be saying that, 5 minutes in?
My theory is that they panicked, dumped the body, and left. That is my theory. They knew that if they called, they could make it seem like the boat was sinking. That's what
Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. Dumped the body, panicked, and left. Them white boys lying. They lying. And guess what? Social media exposes everything. Anything that's done in the dark, social media will bring it to the light. A lot of people lie on a lot of people, bro. And sometimes they get by sometimes with that lie. But when you got enough eyes and ears tuned in, the truth gonna come out. ETCO birthday bash, August 30th, man. Y'all check my dog out, man. Everything check out. You dig? Y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. Like, for real, we tuning in. This is the Telling the Truth, Not Hating show, man. We everywhere where they ain't, you heard me? So let's see what's going on. That's a possibility right there, y'all, coming from the black guy he interviewing on TMZ right now. If y'all want to see the video, y'all go to my YouTube so y'all can see Instagram and TikTok. I can't integrate y'all. I haven't figured out how to integrate y'all in the show yet, but I got y'all exclusive access. Y'all like VIP tickets. You know what I'm saying? Y'all right here, the mic right here, and y'all right here. Y'all ain't back there. You feel me? And y'all in the skybox. You know what I'm talking about? But y'all can hear what's going on. But I would like for y'all to see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'ma figure it out. I haven't figured it out yet, y'all. I be acting like I know what I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I ain't no engineer, motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? But I know a little about a lot. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I just learned how to screen share, bitch. I just learned how to put the video in my video and let it talk, and I could still talk and show the video. I ain't know how to do all that, bitch. I was watching that boy Academic. I say, hold up. I say, you know what? Academic be on that motherfucker. And he don't do nothing but live stream and recap shit. And he make a lot of money when he do that. You know what I'm saying? And people be valuing what he say. Man, let me get some of that money, Academic. You heard me? Academic, you gotta share some of that shit, buddy. Yeah, you gotta share some of that shit, Academic. You gotta share some of that shit. See, I ain't gonna hate on Academic like the rest of the people be hating on Academic. Cause Academic he been doing this shit. I remember Academic was doing that shit when he wasn't showing his face. I remember he'd be talking fast like that. And I'd be like, who the fuck is that talking like that? And then he finally revealed who he was when he got rich. You know, when motherfuckers get rich, they don't want to be hot and they want to show their face. Now, I'm the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker don't want to show that struggle, but when they come up and they show their face, y'all already know what's going on. They done got that bag. You heard me? See, I'm starting from the bottom, getting it from the mud and showing y'all how to come up. You did. I'm going to show y'all how to get this shit, lose it, get it back. And keep it. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man. Yeah. We ain't walking around with our motherfucking head down. You did. We gonna make these people realize what the fuck it is and what the fuck it ain't, man. You feel me? Let's get it in, man. Telling the truth, not hating. It's your boy, Hot Boy Turk. You say you look overly excited. Nah, I got a happy spirit. You feel me? If you know, you know.
But I think
But
I don't
he's
think
not
the boat
on.
was
But he's
sinking at
not
all.
on the
No,
boat.
but he's saying that this video is shot after whatever happened to him happened. He's suggesting that whatever calamity happened to him, whatever someone did to him, happened before this video.
I get it, but before that, the boat was just leaving Horn Island when the video was taken. So where would that have happened?
How you know when the video was taken and when the see you motherfucker, you speculating like you was there, Harvey. But he's entitled to I guess he's entitled to that. But how could you see? It's a different from saying shit with factual intent, like, no, how can it be? And it was this. And you just, giving your opinion on what you might think. Some motherfuckers, it be seeming like they just know the answer. You know what I'm saying? Now, we all don't know, because none of us was there. Don't make it like you know what the fuck happened, man, because it sounds like you're taking a side. We ain't on nobody's side but the right side. And we trying to find out what happened to this guy, man. This don't have nothing to do with I don't like your white ass, I don't like your black ass. Don't have nothing. Don't use this time to show your motherfucking hate. You heard me. Now we ain't just on Instagram Live. We on 8 different platforms right now, bro. You hear me? We on 8 different platforms. Yep. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. We lit like that. You hear me? Building the community around the world, man, worldwide with this shit. And they wonder why. They wonder why. I connect with my people. See, I do this to stay connected with y'all. Give y'all some entertainment, but it's all about the community, building a community with y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's about. Each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? If I learn something, I'm trying to teach somebody else so they can learn. Learning is earning. That's what I'm on. You feel me? And we build this shit together, man. That's what I'm on, bro. I don't give a fuck if you black, white, yellow, orange, purple, blue. You feel me? That don't matter. We just trying to see what the truth is. Shout out to Fifth Wall, Texas in the building. Fox figured it was happening. You heard me? Let's go.
That's my point.
Again, the police could clear this up by sharing whatever evidence it is they have of him being on the island at a certain time. It appears they're just not willing to come forward with that at this point, probably because they're in the middle of their investigation.
Hey, my name is Shawnee, and I'm the owner of Shawnee's.
I'm trying to see why the police don't want to show something in this lady who's a judge was able to tell her people to delete this, delete that. Ain't that tampering with evidence? If they had evidence and stuff on their social media to show where they whereabouts and timestamps, and not only that, just like when a black person do something, you have their phone records and all that, and y'all go find the last picture that they took, the last video that they uploaded, the last place where they was at and all that. Can y'all pinpoint that for these guys as well? It don't matter if they erase nothing. You feel me? Because y'all always find shit that was erased on the black people. So maybe this investigation is taking long like that, y'all, because they building the case. You don't want a fast investigation because that's a bad sign. Anything criminal, bro, it really take time. Can't just go through that shit like social media make things like a microwave fast. You know what I'm saying? People want what they want when they want it. It don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? When it's murder and all that shit, man, them people gotta cross their T's and dot their I's. You know what I'm saying? Or they can lose the case. Once you lose it, that motherfucker lost. So they got to come with what they come with. And if they don't have no concrete evidence, get what? It's gonna be a cold case. And I'm hoping they don't come and just say, our finding shows that it was an accidental this and bam. Now you gotta fight to open up the investigation in the feds. That's crazy how people can just you could your life could be in a mad motherfucker hand who wake up on the wrong side of the bed and make their decision to be whatever they wanted to be to go in favor for their race. That's fucked up. But that's the world we live in. the world we live in, bro. Why you just gotta be careful. You gotta walk light. You know what I'm saying? You gotta police yourself. Judge yourself. You know, try to do right. Try to be right to people. Treat people like you want to be treated. Throat missing. Lungs. I mean, what they say, lungs missing. How you could tell if you drowned if you took your lung? Now, we ain't doing reviews tonight. We doing Nolan Wells case. That's what we doing. But we gonna be doing a lot of different things on the show. Tonight we covering Nolan Wells. Let's go.
Shop. I started doing DTF printing about 3-4 months ago with the first.
All right, this next one we gonna play Nolan Wells family hits social media giants. Nancy
It's so
Grace.
easy to become a podcaster with Riverside. First, go to Riverside and open an account. When you're
Bombshell tonight. In the last 24 hours, Nolan Wells' family hits social media giants, subpoenaing Nolan's accounts. I'm Nancy Grace. This is Crime Stories. I want to thank you for being with us.
Yeah, I know Nancy Grace do crime stories. And she be on it, bro. Shout out to Nancy Grace. You know what I'm saying? She be on it. She got a good show. I just really started watching her and listening and tapping into it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think she be fair. So y'all check out.
He was face down on the beach right at the water's edge.
If he was sent face down, that also doesn't make sense to me. If he's face down, wouldn't blood pool just by nature of gravity this way?
So right now we've got a lot of questions, but as the second doctor says, this is all still pending investigation.
If this were your child, wouldn't you want to know what happened?
The mom asked for Nolan's phone.
Right.
Was there a struggle over it, or did you guys hand it over?
I mean, just handed it over. I mean, we didn't think anything of it. Like, you know, she asked for Nolan's phone. We knew they were close friends with, you know, the Wells family, and my buddy went out to his truck and handed the phone over. No complications, no issue, you know, nothing. But I mean, I told Miss Christine that we had his phone and he had left it in our possession on the boat.
When did you talk to her about that?
When I was on, no, I didn't talk to her once. Like, it was like 12:30. I mean, I might have texted her a couple times and, like, you know, talked briefly about a couple things, but I told her on the phone before I called the Coast Guard that we had Nolan's phone. Before I called Miss Christine.
Before I called the Coast Guard. That's another thing he said. He called the Coast Guard. Why?
Well, none of us had a reason to go through Nolan's phone. I mean, there's multiple phones on the boat. Why would it be? And the boat was having issues. Why would our concern be getting on Nolan's phone or something? I mean, I don't even know Nolan's password. None of my friends do. We had no reason ever to get on Nolan's phone and look at anything. I didn't even touch Nolan's phone. None of us touched Nolan's phone until somebody took it off the boat and put it in Wyatt's truck, and then no one touched it until we handed it back, you know, to the mom that was at my buddy's house.
Somebody got Nolan's phone and put it in your partner's truck. But y'all don't know who phone. Because everybody's phone is on the boat. How y'all know what Nolan's phone is if y'all don't got no password, y'all don't got no nothing? Well, maybe he had a picture on his phone or something to show him. I don't know. But y'all got Nolan phone. Instead of you calling Nolan mama, before you call his mama, you call the Coast Guard. You ain't think to let me call Nolan mama and see if he made it home? And this your friend? Listen, y'all. It hadn't been known by nobody that something hadn't happened to Nolan. But he didn't talk to Nolan in the days that he didn't talk to him, I guess. And instead of him calling Nolan's house or going to Nolan's house, because he been to Nolan's house several times, according to him, to check and see if my buddy is all right, I'm going to call a Coast Guard. And then I'm going to call his mama. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense to me whatsoever. But let's hear him though, y'all.
That is from the Officer Tatum show. He has interviewed several of the young men that were on the boat when Nolan Wells was taken to Horn Island. They say he was not on the boat on the return trip, although audio seems to suggest otherwise. Listen to the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources call.
What if you could make a song using only your voice?
A Marine
Let's start with the
Resources
drums.
call.
I'm gonna hit drums and click cover.
This the call right here. That video showing ain't showing them boys on no phone panicking, talking about we drowning or our boat sinking. And Harvey, you see that just like we see that, bro. You playing that motherfucking video on TMZ, painting this narrative, saying that Noah wasn't on that boat. How much they paid you, Harvey? Allegedly. And what black motherfucker gonna stay behind and let white people leave with his phone and don't say, give me my phone? Oh, he was drunk. This my friend and I'm knowing he drunk. What friend gonna leave his drunk partner alone without his phone then? Since y'all won't say he was drunk and he didn't. See, we ain't gonna play this shit. We ain't gonna play this shit. We ain't gonna play these mind games with a motherfucker who can think now. We ain't gonna do that. Every motherfucker not dumb. Come on, man. Tell them the truth, not hating. Come on, man. Bro, the more I talk about this stuff, bro, the more I get fire hot. You feel me, YNT Fab? Bro, who leaving their phone from... Boy. Who gonna say, I ain't coming, y'all? Because remember, they said they left Nolan. And Nolan ain't want to come. That what the white boy said. The white boy said Nolan stayed with the girl. He didn't want to come. I'm going to find the interview, y'all, so y'all can hear it. The white boy say Nolan, they told Nolan to get on the boat, and then Nolan didn't want to come on the boat. He wanted to stay with the girl. So they left. And Harvey trying to paint this picture saying Nolan wasn't on that boat. when you clearly hear that them supposed to be calling and it's a dispatch call, where you hear a female saying, "Oh my God." Then the male say, "Nolan, don't die." And then the dispatcher say, "How can I help you?"
Assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you? Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership. All right, of course. How far is the work coming up, sir? Can you give me...
Wake the fuck up.
me a description? Ankles?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
You don't know how far the water coming up? Bitch. We sinking. We sinking. Hey, I don't know. We sinking. We sinking. I don't know, but please send somebody help. We sinking. We going. Who that come when they sinking? Bitch. They got sharks in the water, all kinds of shit. Bitch, you a calm sinker, huh? You too calm for me. He's a calm sinker. And don't even know how much they sinking. But they sinking. Man, I can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up, bruh. Y'all hear it like I hear it. Y'all hear this shit like I hear it. Let me rewind it for the ones who didn't though. Let's go back.
On the boat when Nolan Wells was taken to Horn Island. They say he was not on the boat on the return trip, although audio seems to suggest otherwise. Listen to the Mississippi Department of Marine Resources call.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Come on, man. How the fuck? Nolan don't die. Man, y'all now tuned in to Telling the Truth Not Hating, man, with Hot Boy Turk. And I'm covering the Nolan Wells case. Was been trending on social media for the last week or so. There's a lot of speculation going on about this young man. And if you've been tuned in like I've been tuned in, it'll be really frustrating and drowning and draining, you know, with all of this shenanigans that's going on behind it, especially with Officer Tatum, who trying for whatever reason to cover up with these 4 white young fellas that he the only one to interview. And they allegedly reached out to him because he was the only one speaking highly about the white boy and his friends. But my thing is, how the fuck do you even know these boys and nobody else do? But he tried to build a case and say he went to Mississippi and reached out to the boys, but the boy got back on the line when he was interviewing saying, we reached out to you. That's another inconsistency. See, the truth gonna always come out. How much the fuck they paying you? Too many people got their eyes and their ears on this one. Social media ain't gonna let it go down like that. Now, what can happen? Cause they got the power to do it. What's up, Pepsi? They could say, fuck how y'all feel. And then y'all know what that gonna lead to. And we always have one of those once a year. Seem like this might be another case of that. George Floyd, Mike Brown, the list goes on and on. Y'all don't see the pattern? It seemed like they setting it up for it to be another one of those where black folks start marching with a few white folks who not with that bullshit, and a lot of chaos and confusion going on because the distraction need to be distracted. I'm just saying. This is just my opinion. I don't know nothing. Telling the truth now, hey, Trayvon Martin. Y'all name them. Name a couple more. Y'all familiar with this. Come on, don't act like y'all ain't familiar with this. Shout out to everybody, man, that's tuned in. Make sure y'all hit that like, bro. We got 2 million of y'all watching on YouTube, bro, and we only got that many likes, man. That mean y'all just in here stalking me. Hit that like button, man. Make yourself useful, man. We need to get in the algorithm, bro. That make the channel grow. That make more people tune in and they know where we at. You feel me? I need y'all to help me so I can help y'all. The more people know, the more I'm going to get motherfucking hyped up to want to do it some more. You know what I'm saying? I move off of y'all energy. So if y'all energy dry, guess what, motherfucker? Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all to tighten up now. Tighten up. Hit that notification. It don't cost you nothing to do that. It don't cost you nothing to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm broadcasting live around this motherfucker. Let me show y'all what's going on. Let me show y'all what's going on around here, man. I'm live broadcasting like a motherfucker, man, for the people on YouTube. I mean, TikTok and Instagram. That's how we looking on all the platforms, y'all. Broadcasting like a motherfucker, that's how we looking for the people on YouTube. I mean, TikTok. That's me in the little box right there. That's me in the little box right there. And that's what we looking like. All right, let's get it started. See, I can't show y'all this, but let me see. Let's see if I can at least show y'all and y'all can listen.
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's going
OG
up.
Booby Black,
we're
what
just
up,
sinking.
boy?
I don't know. Like we're going down now.
All right, well, let's get you going. Membership number or phone number listed on that count.
The man say he don't know how much they drowning. And you could have said it's to my ankles, man. It's to my toes. Bitch, you could have said something, but you're drowning. I mean, you're sinking. Come on, man. Come on, man. Telling the truth, not hating, bro. You got to be able to tell a motherfucker something if you sinking, y'all. He too calm to be sinking. I'm just saying. I ain't never know no motherfucker who was calm when they was sinking or drowning up. That's a panic. He talking about, huh? What you said? Huh? Excuse me? Yes, ma'am. What? Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Sir.
I don't know the phone number. It's either. I think it's. Try that.
All right.
I know we have a membership like guaranteed.
Why you keep saying we have a membership, bitch, and you're drowning? That's what I ain't understanding. You keep stressing that y'all got a membership, bitch. Fuck the membership. You're about to be a motherfucking remembrance, motherfucker, if you're drowning. We got a membership. We drowning, but we got a membership. Fuck that membership, motherfucker. Your ship drowning. And you're a member on it, motherfucker. Damn, my bad, TikTok. I forgot I can't go too hard at cussing because y'all be, TikTok hit you with hate speech. And ban you for 7 days. And But you know what, TikTok? Y'all got picks and chooses. Cause I saw some people on here cursing they tail off. And I'm like, damn, TikTok, that's how y'all doing it? Y'all got me censored. But then they got people on that motherfucker just cursing like a motherfucker. TikTok, y'all gotta do better than that now. For real. Cause some of us just got cussing in us. It make the live better. It make the entertainment very entertaining. You know what I'm talking about? I can't be censored unless they giving me sense of money. You feel me? Then I can go ahead on and be all the way motherfucking censored. You feel me? The internet, the social media, overstimulation, Big Pinky. Big Pinky and his bitch. Big Pinky, you been around for a long time rocking with me. You be in and out, but I fuck with you though. Pepsi, you too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know Box Figure, she, you know what I'm saying? She here forever. You did. See, Box Figure, there don't be no in and out. Some of y'all be in and out. My dog Y&T Fab, you know what I'm saying? Van, you dig? Yeah, man, I got some day ones, man, that's still rocking and holding on, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we building real community around here. And that's what's important to me. It ain't how many people watching you and tuned in. How many people I can say their name because they really, really rock with me. You feel me? Some people got my real direct line. For real, man. Like, that's my dog Bump. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I'm talking about here every day. Rain, sleet, or snow. That shit mean a lot to me. And that's what we building. We building on that. We building on motherfuckers who are dedicated, who are loyal. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worrying about all the people tuning in and that don't matter. You feel me? You gotta fuck with who fuck with you, man. Not who fuck with you because they stuck with you. You dig? That's how shit happened to Nolan. A bunch of fake motherfuckers. You know? Super, what up? What up with it? So that's what's going on, man. We live. We live right now. I'm talking about, I can't be censored. You hear me? Unless they giving me sense of money. I got a delay on that. I can go ahead on it. Be all the way motherfucking censored. You feel me? The internet, the social media, overstimulation, Big Pinky and his bitch. Yeah, so we got a little delay on that right now, but let's get it back started, y'all. I'm trying to get past it. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long. I've been on here an hour.
don't have the
Alright,
tag
unless
on
you
here.
have a
It got ripped
membership
off.
number or anything, it's okay. I'll get you over to the captain. What's the best phone number to reach you at?
Reach me at
Particular phrases in that call, if it's to be believed, Nolan don't die. Sure, he's dead. Is he dead? Nolan, OMG. Wake the F up. It goes on. I thought he was on the check his chest. That, if it's to be believed, suggests that Nolan was on that boat. Tatum says the witnesses are clear. He was not on the boat. Tonight, we learn in the last 24 hours, the Nolan Wells family hits social media giants with subpoenas for all information related to Nolan's phone. First, straight out to Dave Mack Crime Stories investigative reporter. Then we will be joined by Brandon Tatum. Dave Mack, what's happening?
Right now, Nancy, the family of Nolan Wells has announced that they are going after, they have subpoenaed documents for Nolan Wells' phone. They've gone to the media giants like, TikTok, Instagram, the Meta companies, everybody that Nolan Wells used to push out videos of what he was doing and pictures. And they're trying to, they believe that some material was deleted from Nolan's phone. And this is what they're trying to prove with these subpoenas, to get all of the information, as well as, by the way, the location tracking app Life 360. So you got Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Meta platforms, and Life 360. All of this, the court documents already filed, Nancy.
Nolan Wells' family slapped subpoenas on multiple social media giants seeking his account information and data. This into the investigation of the teen college football player's mysterious death. They were issued.
Smart move. The lady on Reddit raised damn near $1 million on a GoFund so she could fight the case before the case. It's crazy, bro. They got two investigations going on, a private investigation and an investigation by the government. And on the government side, they hid his neck missing when it went to the private side. Think his lungs was missing. Why? Oh, they say they got to study it. They got to do this. They got to do that. Everything that can corroborate the truth, it seemed like it been tampered with. Coincident? Planned executions by somebody in law enforcement. Tatum, an ex-police officer. The lady a judge. One of the boys' mama. That's law enforcement. She telling them, delete everything in y'all phone. Delete everything in y'all phone because I don't want y'all to get bullied. Deactivate y'all phone because I don't want y'all to get bullied. They shouldn't have been deleting shit in their phone. They not no suspects, so I guess they can't get investigated. But he already said nobody had their phones with them. Boy. Motherfucker about to snap some pictures. Motherfucker about to make some video. Motherfucker about to make some TikTok. Motherfucker about to make some Snapchat. Motherfucker about to party, man. On the island, man. Stop it, boy. Stop it, man. Them girls about to... Boy, them lies that boy was saying ain't make no sense.
In the last 24 hours, including Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Meta platforms, Life 360, and these are according to court documents demanding the companies turn over all materials info related to Nolan's accounts. This includes current and prior usernames, passwords, email addresses, phone numbers, even displayed names. They want IP addresses associated with every account, all communications, chats, posts, stories, and info. His cell phone has become a critical issue in the probe into Nolan's death. What happened to Nolan? Now his mother...
Then they erase everything out the man's phone and say they didn't touch his phone, y'all. A black guy not having nothing in his phone. Boy, we put everything out. Boy, right now, boy, I got too much. My storage running out, boy. Bitch, I gotta keep erasing shit to put more shit in it, boy. Fuck you talking about? Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Trying to cover that shit like a blanket. You hear me?
Christine says when her son's phone was brought to the family, they had concerns because there were no pictures or videos on either of his Snapchat accounts. Triggering their fear, items may have been deleted. That's what's happening. There's been a lot of controversy. Were photos, were texts deleted? Were snaps deleted? We've been trying to figure it out, but we're seeing through a mirror darkly. We don't know. But according to experts, a trail will be left if anything has been deleted, even if you delete it from the deleted file. Now, joining us, special guest, Brandon Tatum. You know him well. He's a former police officer with Tucson PD. That's what impresses me. What impresses a lot of other people is he is the star of The Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum, thank you for being with us tonight. Question to you. You interviewed, as we played at the get-go, several of Nolan's friends. Did they show you photos, videos, snaps of that day on Horn Island?
Well, Nancy, thank you so much for having me on. I spoke to 4.
Hey, man, I want to say shout out to Twitter, man. Twitter, y'all don't usually be in here like this, but y'all deep tonight, man. Shout out to Twitter. I appreciate y'all in my Twitter chat. Shout out to y'all. Y'all in there deep. Hey, man, let me find out that I need to start going live on Twitter. Because they really, really, really showing love over there. You know what I'm saying? I need everybody to get active. Y'all make sure y'all hit that notification. Y'all share the live, tap the screen. You know what I'm saying? We need that algorithm for all platforms. I know we growing. And I'm doing everything. They say you need to do it one at a time, but I'm doing 8 at a time, man. You hear me? And shout out to all my day ones, man, who own everything. You feel me? Y'all know how we get it, man. You know, some of them gonna come when they think it's fun. Some of them gonna come when they think it's fun, man. But shout out to everybody on Twitter, man. Y'all deep, man. Y'all deep on Twitter, bro. I appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Let's get it in. Here go Officer Tatum.
Of the boys that are originally accused of being involved in Nolan Wells' death. And they did show me a lot of evidence. I want people to be very clear with this. I spent my career putting people in jail. My career is based on getting justice for people who have been done wrong. I've never been a defense attorney. So me going out and doing this was to find out what happened to Nolan Wells. And in talking to these young men, the burden of proof is they're going to have to prove to me. I'm not going to listen to what they say out of their mouth. They're going to have to show me. And in many cases, they showed me videos of Nolan on the island. They showed me videos of the boat when they were getting towed out, which is consistent with, you know, kind of similar to what the phone call was. I mean, they showed me pictures of them with Nolan. They showed me phone records of them calling Nolan's mom and all of the above. So they seemed very consistent. They seemed very genuine. And they also proved to me some of the things that they had told me in the interview that I had with them that I have uploaded on my YouTube channel.
Officer Tatum, are you telling me that they had reception on Horn Island? Because many people are saying, well, the reason that there's nothing on Nolan's phone of that day.
Let's go, Nancy.
There's no pictures, there's no snaps, there's no text, there's no anything. Not because it was deleted, but because he didn't have reception.
Let's go, Nancy. Nancy say, I hear you, Tatum. But it's crazy that everybody else can do things and Nolan couldn't. The fuck? How they be doing? Get him, Nancy. Get him, Nancy. Get him, Nancy. Fuck you. Let's see what he about to say when Nancy chopped him up right there, y'all. Let go.
But you're telling me the other boys did have snaps, photos, videos, and reception?
Yeah, no, Nancy, let me clarify this for you. It wasn't that they uploaded this online. They showed me videos and things that they took from the boat during the outing on 4th of July.
That's what she's saying. They ain't have to upload it online. They saying that he didn't have nothing in his phone. So if they got stuff in their phone, why he don't have nothing in his phone? You mean to tell me they recording and the black boy not? Boy, stop. Let's see what Nancy got to say. Cause he don't go down without a fight, y'all. He's a ex-police. You know how they be.
I was personally out at Horn Island. I rode out there on a boat, and I didn't have great reception there. And I left my phone in the boat when I got into the water, and we were actually going out to do interviews.
Get him, Nancy.
Objection.
Get him, Nancy.
You've been in court long enough to know you're gonna get objections. You said you didn't have great reception, but you did have reception, did you not?
No, there was reception there. It just wasn't great, and it wasn't great enough for people, in my opinion, to upload. You can make a phone call potentially, but you wasn't gonna upload data to a social media account. Now, could people take the steps to do it if they're dedicated enough? Yes, but it doesn't appear that would have been a frequent thing, given the fact that you probably had 1 or 2 bars out there. And I heard evidence of that. Not only did I see evidence of it when I went out there myself personally with my cell phone, when I listened to the CETO call, you could tell that the call dropped out several times. It seemed like they were having trouble at times hearing each other. So it is consistent. And anybody that travel out there that have gone to the 4th of July celebration, they know that the reception is not very great. So the videos that they showed me in call logs were things that were not associated to social media, that they never posted on social media. It was, pictures and videos that they took on their phone.
Okay. Let me refine my question.
Yeah, get him now. Cause evidently he not understanding, Nancy. He not understanding you, girl. Get him, Nancy.
Take it from your last answer that the answer is yes, you had reception on Horn Island.
Yes, I did have reception on Horn Island.
We just played that SEATOW call. It's 2 words, SEATOW, and it's kind of insurance that people have that are boat goers. And if you have a problem, SEATOW will come and tow you back to the mainland. They said they had a problem. They said they were taking on water. One of your takes is that all the chatter that we're hearing, wake up, Nolan, are you dead, Nolan, wake the F up, Nolan, could be referring to the battery, the bilge on the boat, that it's all unclear. Regarding the boat being disabled.
Get him, Nancy. You better work.
Apparently, it was not. Listen.
So first, at 9:56 a.m., the boat leaves the original dock. It arrives at Horn Island at 11:14. So at around 4 o'clock, there is a call to the Coast Guard about the boat. NBC News got a hold of it.
We're sinking. Can you all please come?
And is everybody on board in good health otherwise?
Yeah, everybody's on board.
Everybody's on board. So does that mean Nolan is on there? Who was on that boat? At 4:31, the boat leaves Horn Island and it is towed approximately 3 miles, and then the tow ends. So after 3 miles, they go back to the original dock, okay? They arrive at 5:44 p.m. So it looks like this is where Horn Island is, and this is where the original dock is that I am referring to. I looked it up, and El Camino Real Road is in Gulf Hills, Mississippi, which is right above Ocean Springs. So I'm wondering if this is the house where they got the phone. Now, the boat travels to Fort Bayou. At 6:06, the boat returns to the original dock. Then, from the original dock, the boat goes back to Fort Bayou, and then they go to the boat launch, and it is put onto the trailer and moved by the vehicle. Did they drop people off at the original dock, travel to Fort Bayou, pick somebody up, and go back to that original dock? And then from there, why was there an hour and 13-minute time gap? This boat was sinking hours before, and then they're just having it docked for an hour and 13 minutes. You would think they'd want to get that boat out of the water ASAP.
Navon, the #1 rated...
Come on. What y'all doing in that gap of time? Calling your mama? Y'all show deactivated y'all social medias. Y'all show got y'all alibis together, seem like y'all show seem like y'all contacted Officer Tatum. Y'all show seem like y'all was planning and plotting to meet. We just got questions, that's all. Don't get frustrated because we just ain't listening to what y'all saying. We just got questions. Question?
business travel platform lets your team book work travel in one place.
Telling the truth,
Flights,
not hate,
hotels,
man. Hey, say, man, Nancy don't play. Ain't T Nancy?
That from the real TikTok detective. The boat wasn't sinking. They told Cito it was sinking. What's the truth? Was it sinking and they repaired it? Did they have a leak and they repaired it and kept on SOP? Brandon Tatum joining us, former cop, now star of The Officer Tatum. Did the young man explain those travels we just identified?
Yeah, 100%. They did that. I wish that people on the internet would have had an opportunity, and they can go look at the interview that I did with Warren, but they had an opportunity to actually talk to these young men to get this in perspective, because some people have no idea how boats function and how they work. They explained to me,
This nigga got a motherfucking answer to every motherfucking lie. They don't know how boats work. We know how time work, motherfucker. It don't wait on no motherfucker. I'm sorry, TikTok. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, TikTok. Come on, man. TikTok. TikTok. Let's go now. Hit that, tap that screen. Hey, look, TikTok, I know y'all not used to, the live streaming and stuff like that. Y'all used to like interactive stuff going on, but we doing it a little different. We doing it a little different. You feel me? I want y'all to, get into what we got going on. This something different now. We're bringing you a real show, a real unscripted, telling the truth, not hating show. So I know y'all used to people like paying y'all a lot of attention and stuff like that, and accepting y'all as co-hosts and stuff like that, and battling and stuff like that, and this is a talk show. Which y'all to get used to it. Y'all, I promise y'all to get used to it. We gonna break all with that what y'all used to, and let y'all see some new stuff. You feel me? Yeah. Everybody see Twitter. Twitter was just like y'all. But Twitter's showing out today. That's because I'm consistent. You know what I'm talking about? And consistency always work itself out, y'all. So anybody out there, don't worry about your numbers. You got to understand, the people that rock with you is what matter. You heard me? The people that rock with you is what matter. So if that be one motherfucker, man, you better act out like you got motherfucking 1 million motherfuckers. You feel me? Yeah, don't be discouraged or none of that, bro. Just do your shit. Do your shit. I watched that boy Kai Cenat when he first started 8 years ago. Humble beginnings. You feel me? I watched this. I watched one of his first videos. He was like, consistency. That one word right there, consistency. Them days when you don't feel like doing it. That might be the reason why you ain't where you need to be. Because you ain't being consistent. You feel me? Just stay consistent, stay persistent. Don't stop. Keep going. Learn while you going. You feel me? You watching my live? Okay, y'all. Imani come tell me to get back on track. We back in. Let's get back into it, y'all. She in post-production. You dig?
took me on a boat and showed me exactly where they went, where they docked, where did they, stop at, how did they get the bilge pump and the water out of the boat, and all of the above. So they were sinking. They were taking on water. The water came up high enough that the batteries weren't working. They had.
I don't know who Imani thinks she is, y'all, but I'm gonna let her have that one. She working me.
to get a tow to kind of tow them out. Where you can see the young lady saying about 3 miles out. It's a complicated boat's jargon, but they ended up getting the boat out. They ended up getting it to the point where they could run the boat, run the water out of the boat through a hole in the boat that they ended up plugging. They explained all this. Anybody that does boating know exactly what they're talking about if you hear them explain it on the interview. So they have an explanation for all of these things. And not only that, Nancy, they showed me video of them on the boat, and Nolan was not on the boat. Nolan was not on the boat log, and there are people who saw Nolan on the island closer to around 6 p.m.
But the thing is, this is y'all friend. This is your best friend. Nobody saw Nolan on the boat, so fuck Nolan at this point. Nolan is no. Nah, bruh. If this my friend, I'm gonna be real concerned with my motherfucking friend. He throwing Nolan off like Nolan just fucking piece of motherfucking meat. Nolan wasn't on that boat, but Nolan was their friend. So he should have been on that motherfucker if he wasn't on that motherfucker. He trying to prove everything but what the fuck happened to Nolan. The facts still remain. Nolan dead, boy. I'm just saying, officer. He want to be a police. He want to be a police. He want to be back in law enforcement. I wonder why he ain't no fucking police no more. Did they lay his ass off? I'm just saying, man.
Which is far after they left, far after this phone call was made. I saw text messages from the young lady that Nolan was with, the young lady named Katie. I saw her text messages. In her text messages, she said that she heard the boys yelling for Nolan to get on the boat. He did not. She said in her text message that she did not see Nolan get on the boat he came on, which was Wyatt's boat, which is the boat that was sinking and they ended up leaving on. So what?
But Katie also said that she wasn't with Nolan like they said she was with Nolan. She said it was a high by and he was gone. So where did that part come from? One of the white boys he interviewed. I'm going to find that interview, y'all. Because they keep on saying Katie and Katie could corroborate this. And yeah, because y'all got Katie in on this shit with y'all. But Katie fucked up. Because Katie said something that ain't go with what the fuck y'all was saying. Katie gonna get y'all fucked off. Katie is gonna be the motherfucker who gonna get y'all fucked off. I bet you Katie get you fucked up. Katie is the lady. She gonna be the one that gonna crack this motherfucker wide open. Watch what I tell y'all. Watch what I tell y'all.
It wasn't just a statement that they made on a podcast. They were actually showing me evidence to the contrary of what the main...
Why is they showing you all of this and ain't showing the people who are investigating the case all of this shit? Oh, they not no suspect. They don't have to show them nothing. But they deactivated their motherfucking social media pages. But they show being social now. It seemed like they will really won't not show their face now. But all of them showing their face. Because they got their lie together. They got their lie together.
Stream YouTubers and some media outlets are putting out to people at large. And so I wish that people would go watch the interview or at least take some time to listen to these boys' statement. And I'll say this, Nancy, too. I wish that the family would have taken the time, or at least Benjamin Crump would have taken the time to reach out to the lawyers or reach out to these young boys to get their statements so they're not wasting their time sending everybody on a rabbit trail when they could have just talked to these boys. And they could have, but they refused. Because I saw a message from Warren where he called Nolan's mom twice. I've seen messages from Warren's stepmother, Ashley, where she sent Nolan's mom a text saying, please reach out to me whenever you're ready. I would like to talk. Other parents I saw messages from who reached out to Nolan's mom saying, we need to talk. Can we talk? I'm available if you need to talk to us. I do not understand at this point why Benjamin Crump would go out and put misinformation out online when he had the availability to talk to these kids and clear these things up like I did before he presented this to the public. We also reached out to Benjamin Crump 4 times. And on the 5th time, they come back and tell us that the family is not doing interviews. We didn't ask to talk to the family. We asked to talk to the attorney, Benjamin Crump. Why? So we can come together as a community and solve what happened to Nolan Wells, not create and stoke division, which is what I've seen
Mr.
from
Tatum,
Benjamin Crump.
That is exactly what we're trying to do. And I hear everything you're saying, and you know, I think like a prosecutor. My main goal is to find the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells. And one thing I cannot get away from is the medical examiner. I'm trying to get to tonight's news, which I'm going to get to, but, oh, you were seeing a video from WLOX. Speaking of sinking, is at an alleged issue with the boat bilge. Well, Randy and Bunny on TikTok have their interpretation of that. Watch this.
Detail assistance, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our bilge pump stopped working. We're sinking. Can y'all please come? We have a membership.
All right, of course. How far is the water coming up, sir? Can you give me a description? Ankles?
What'd
Hello?
you say? Hey.
Yes. How far is the water coming up, sir?
It's coming up. We're just sinking. I don't know. Like we're going down now.
That from Randy and Bunny on TikTok. Joe Scott.
It's sinking. I don't know. How you can't give an ankle or a toe? Come on, you calling to say y'all sinking, but you don't know how and where the fuck it's going, and if it's to your ankle, if it's to your toe, if it's to your fucking toenail. Bitch, you ain't sinking. Ooh. And then this lady just showed this TikTok video where she had a ruler where she put her motherfucking ankle in that water and it was to her motherfucking ankle and he couldn't say where it was at. Talking about he don't know. But you know you sinking. How the fuck you know you're sinking? I don't. Oh, boy. You're getting crazy, y'all. See, if you really like listening to this shit, it gonna have you emotionally attached to it. Not because it's black and white, y'all. Because it's wrong, bro. It's wrong. It could have been a white person. Wrong is wrong, man. All of these fucking lies, y'all. If we could just get one person to say they saw him, and this would happen. But everybody and nobody seemed to know what happened to Noah after it happened to Noah. I keep calling him Nolan. But they know he was drunk. They knew he was full of cocaine. They knew. This what the officer saying. The officer even say he knew who he get the cocaine from. But these boys ain't had nothing to do with it. But they told you who he got the cocaine from. Everything they telling you about this boy, you believe in it, man.
Morgan, very quickly, before I can get into why the family believes they need subpoenas to social media giants to get the truth about what happened to Nolan's phone. Anybody can say anything after the fact. Those boys may be innocent. They can look like choir boys, angels now, but I still don't know what happened on that boat. And I still see conflicts.
Exactly.
Can they be reconciled? I hope so. But until they are, we're on it. This is what I can't get away from. Control room, please show Joseph Scott Morgan the autopsy diagram of the victim's occipital bone. Okay, I don't care what anybody says. I do not care if an archangel lands on this anchor desk. If he lies to me, I'm using handcuffs for his wrists and a rope for his wings. You hear me? Look at that again. Put it back up. He has deep reddening subcutaneously on the back of his head. Nowhere else. It's not on his neck. The back of his neck anyway. Don't see it on the back. Don't see it anywhere else on the body. So I really don't want to hear a lame explanation that it's lividity of the blood sinking to the back of the body. Number one, the body was on its face. But that said, they kept the neck and the lungs. Lungs to see if he drowned. Neck. Why would they keep his neck? I can't get away from this, Joe Scott Morgan, and I don't care how angelic the friends of...
Why they kept his neck, why they kept his lung, he got rayed in the back of his fucking head. They trying to say it was because of blood, but you can't say that because he was found face down, not motherfucking face up. It's too much shit that they hiding, y'all. And it make me think about Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, man, Elton Sterling, and the list goes on and on. And they did this shit on camera, and they did this shit right in our face, and motherfuckers got away with it, bro. And in this situation, the boy's mama is a judge, and you got Officer Tatum, who's a police. What do judges and police do? They get away. They get away. And it seemed like they getting away. Right in our face.
Here, and they may be angels. I don't know that yet. But you can't get away from this, Morgan.
No, you can't, and we can't get away from it until the investigation is concluded on the part of the state medical examiner's office and the authorities. And in Mississippi, and I can promise you this, as the day is long, they're not going to release this information because it's an ongoing investigation. I know everybody wants it. Now, what we do have is a second view. We've got a second set of eyes on this from a highly accomplished forensic pathologist, I might add, former chief medical examiner for DC. And he went over Nolan's body very, very thoroughly. And he in his statements relative to this area states that he cannot make heads or tails of it at this point in time because it's compromised, this area I'm referring to in the occipital area of the head, because it has been compromised through decomposition. Now, he did a multi-layered dissection. And what that means is layer by layer, the skin, sub-Q fat, down through the muscle, which had not previously been done in this manner, according to him. I don't even know if it's annotated in the state medical examiner's report because it hasn't been released yet. They're still waiting. It's pending multiple things. How many times have we heard this over the years? They're doing their own histological studies, which means the tissue samples. And also the big part to this, Nancy, is going to be the toxicology. And we know that that takes some time. And it's not just going to be about alcohol. It's going to be everything in the spectrum.
Guess what? Today it said disk full. Again. Don't tell me I have to upload my files to the cloud and blah, blah, blah.
Hi guys, Nancy Grace here. If you are a homeowner, you've probably thought, Should I call American Financing to refinance and pay off this debt? But you don't because of your low mortgage rate. That
Y'all
low
make sure
rate,
y'all
it's
smash that
not
like button.
saving you
Hit
if
that notification.
you're drowning in credit card interest.
And become a
People
member
are
if y'all would
calling
like to
American
become a member, man.
Financing,
Y'all
and
already know,
American
man. It's your boy, Hot
Financing
Boy
is
Turkey,
saving
dig?
customers an average of $800.
Subscribe
That's
to
not all. That's a
me.
month by using their
Subscribe
equity
to
to pay
me.
off the credit card
And follow
debt.
all my other social media
Using their
platform, man.
home equity
What you doing?
to pay off credit card
Come on,
debt.
Nancy.
No
All right,
upfront
Nancy. We
fees.
understand you
It
got to pay
costs
them
you
bills,
nothing.
Nancy, but
To find
we
out
ain't
what
need
you
the long
could
ass
be
advertisement
saving.
now,
And if you
Nancy.
start today, you may be able to delay 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, 866-888-0344. Repeat, 866-888-0344. Or just go online to americanfinancing.net/Nancy. Disclaimer, NMLS 182334,
Aye, Nancy.
NMLSconsumeraccess.org, APR for rates in the 5S start at
Nancy say you gonna get this
6.327% for
advertisement, mother.
well-qualified borrowers.
I'm getting
Call
paid.
866-888-0344 for details about credit costs and terms. Go to http:// www.americanfinancing.net/Nancy.
Okay, Nancy.
Average savings are based on borrowers who save over $199.99. And
Come on, Nancy. Now you killing me now.
back to Officer Tatum, star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. Have the friends taken polygraphs?
Well, from my understanding, all but I believe one took a polygraph, and from what was told to me, that they all passed. And all of the ones that took a polygraph took one without a lawyer, and they cooperated with law enforcement. So, from my understanding, everybody took
Why
a
do you say
polygraph
that's
test
from
but
what
one.
you understand? Did they tell you they took a poly and passed?
Yes, ma'am. They told me that they did it. I wasn't there, so that's what I'm saying. From my understanding, they told me that all the boys except one, which is Warren, I believe, took a polygraph test. All of them did not have lawyers and did it and cooperated with police. Warren.
Why take a polygraph test without even being told to take a polygraph test? Boy, y'all trying to cover it up, boy. Them boy working overtime. Who voluntarily takes a polygraph test before anything? It's like they getting ahead of everything, bruh. The judge, it's like they got ahead of the case. They got ahead of the case before and the only people could get ahead of the case are the people who did the motherfucker. Only people who did the shit could get ahead of the shit. And they 48 hours ahead of everybody else, y'all. They 2 days ahead. Believe that. Somebody said that Bart was fighting Nolan over motherfucking. Appreciate that super chat, man. King LA said Bart was fighting Nolan over Katie. And that's how Nolan wound up dying. Katie gonna let it be known. They was fighting over me, and Nolan wound up hitting his head, and it was an accident. But we all just panicked. We didn't know what to do. So I'm telling you. See, these ain't no you got old white folks who leading them. Cause young white folks can't lie like old white folks. See, them old white folks will take that shit to their grave. Lying like a motherfucker, bitch. They lie long, bitch. The young white folks, they gonna get all sensitive and cry. I didn't mean it. I just ain't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? So if we get to Katie, like I say, Katie is gonna be the one who gonna be the lady, man. She gonna break. Watch. She already put inconsistencies in their story. Interview Katie. Why, if Katie was basically the last one that y'all seen Nolan with, why Katie ain't getting interviewed? You interviewing everybody else, Officer Tatum. Go interview Katie. Cause they putting her in it to corroborate what they saying. Go interview Katie, Tatum. We want Katie. Fuck you talking about?
Also cooperated police. I just believe he didn't take a lie detector test, but Warren is the young man that I interviewed. So according to what they told me,
Warren, the one he interviewed, that's the motherfucker that's lying. Everybody else don't have to fucking, we ain't do shit, bitch. Yeah, let's take it. Warren, whatever the motherfucker name, him, Nolan, and the other dude he took Nolan to the other dude's house. He been lying. I'm gonna find the interview, y'all. We gonna watch the interview of his motherfucking ass. Cause y'all gonna hear that motherfucker and he just sitting up there like he done went snorted him some motherfucking fentanyl, you know what I'm saying? And calmed his nerves down before he came got on this motherfucking interview, but he still couldn't maintain. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all gonna be able to tell, man, this motherfucker lying. You know how you could tell a motherfucker lying? You could tell he lying. With his pink ass.
they all took a lie detector test and passed. And it's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's not a traditional lie detector test, but it's the same theology of trying to get to if a person is lying. I don't know the name of it. It's an equivalent of a lie detector test. It's a different methodology. Yeah, I don't believe it was a polygraph test. I believe they took other stressors in order to analyze if the people were telling the truth or not.
Did they take a polygraph would be no.
Well, yeah,
They ain't even take a polygraph test. They took something equivalent of a lie detector test. That motherfucker lie. That motherfucker lie like a motherfucker. Damn motherfucker lie. That motherfucker lie. And this motherfucker on here lying, Nancy. Get that motherfucker, Nancy. For real, bro. Man, they gonna make me put on my motherfucking black robe, boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put on my presiding judge. Mr. Y&T might be coming to the live stream. Cause it's a lot going on. And look like I gotta go get my robe and come analyze this whole situation. Yeah. Cause they playing a lot of games around here. I put that black robe on and put my wig on. Cause my wig been getting a straightening comb on it. Cause they got me fucked up. For real, man. For real, man. But let's see.
I think it could be semantics because they took a test to analyze whether or not they were being truthful in their statements, and that certified test, they passed it.
So who they took that test with? They mama? They daddy? Don't tell me the police gave them a fake lie detector test. When do the police do fake lie detector tests? Oh, this shit getting real motherfucking sticky icky now, man. For real. Get him, Nancy!
It just wasn't considered a traditional polygraph. I think it's a more advanced way of doing it.
Brandon Tatum. Hold on.
Get him,
Nancy! A nutshell, Joe Scott. There is a difference between a polygraph, which measures all sorts of body signals, your sweat, your breathing, your heart, your blood pressure, all sorts of things, and an audio verification test. Big difference.
Wait, King LA, you keep saying Bart. Who the fuck is Bart? Is Bart Simpson? Is Bart a real person? Cause you spent the super chat to say look for Bart. Now I ain't no investigator now. I'm just talking. I ain't trying to get deep in it like that. I'm just doing this shit for content. I ain't trying to solve no case now. God bless his soul. I ain't trying to do that one now. You talking about go look into Bart and I ain't trying to do all their homework for them. I'm just listening to what they saying. You feel me? I ain't going doing no digging and sligging and wigging. I ain't doing it. I'm just giving my opinion on what they saying. You feel me? Big difference. I'm just doing my show. I'm not an investigator. Bitch, I ain't solving no case like that. You feel me? But I am interested in these lies. And I want to make some money off the content. I ain't lying. You think I don't? Shit. Let me get in on this motherfucking money. You feel me? Make it very entertaining for y'all. Let's go. Get him, Nancy!
Yeah. So the audio is you're looking for stressors in the voice, and these people are highly trained that do this. And I'm, look, you know how the courts feel about these tests. Are they admissible or not? But I think that going to Brandon's point, the fact that they have taken these, at least those named allegedly have taken these, according to him, I think that that's significant. Now, whether or not that this is going to be usable,
Right.
a usable investigative tool is hard to measure.
I didn't ask you if it's going to be used in court. That's a whole nother animal. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. Okay? There may never even be a court case. First,
Right.
I got to find out what happened to Nolan. Okay, so let's not put the cart before the horse. You've got eye detections tests. I don't put any stock in that as to whether somebody's lying. You've got nonverbal communication experts claiming they can tell. You've got brainwave analysis. You've got all sorts of things. I want a poly.
Right.
I'm not saying they did anything or they didn't do anything. Go, strap up, take me a poly. Officer Tatum, star of The Officer Tatum on YouTube. I've been told, but I can't verify, that the boat in question has been searched by scent dogs and cadaver dogs. Is that true?
I'm not familiar if that's true. Let me just clarify. The test that they took was a voice stress analysis test instead of what we call a traditional polygraph test. But I'm not familiar with the cadaver dog searching the boat. I wasn't informed that that was the case. But I was told by the boys that they did not wash the boat off or do any of those things that they were accused of doing, after this incident.
Right.
And I say, based on all the things that I've heard, it appears that they've been very truthful with me. And law enforcement. They've already communicated with law enforcement very early on.
Okay, Officer Tatum, coming from you, I do give that credence because you were a Tucson PD. I've had people sit down, look me right in the face and lie, and they are so convincing. So I don't know who's telling the truth. I don't know what happened, and that's why I really resent people suggesting the investigation be shut down. We're not doing that until we know what happened. Officer Tatum interviewed multiple of the young men on that boat. Now, let me address what's happened in the last hours. The family is not buying what they are saying, that nothing was deleted. They're not saying they're lying. They're not saying they're telling the truth. They have hit social media giants with subpoenas once and for all to get everything there is to get about Nolan Wells Digital. Okay, straight out to Dr. Jim Jones joining us out of Virginia. Jones, Dr. Jones, cybersecurity digital forensics expert, digital forensics program director, associate professor, George Mason University. Okay, can't argue with that. Okay, Dr. Jones, what will the evidence reveal let's just start on Nolan Wells' cell phone. Let's start with Snapchat.
Sure. So on his cell phone, any images taken for whatever app are going to be stored locally, at least temporarily. So Snap is one of those apps that deletes the.
Okay, so according to King LA, y'all, this was he said. He said Bart, the star football player who's supposed to go to the NFL, who was dating Katie, fought with Nolan, and Nolan ain't make it home. And the so-called friends trying to cover up for Bart. So Bart supposed to be going to the NFL. They trying to protect Bart. Damn, LA. LA, you usually be on point with what you be having going on from me dealing with you on social media. But that sounds like it could be a great motive, y'all, to why things are going like it's going. You got the star football player who's got a promising NFL to get his family out of Mississippi, who allegedly had a fight with Nolan over the Katie girl. And I remember one of the boys saying it was a fight. But he said it was one of his brothers fighting. But you know how we is when we say brothers and this, that. I got to pull that interview up and it making sense because it was a fight. And I told my wife, he said it was a fight, but who was fighting? Why didn't Officer Tatum ask about that fight more? And why did Officer Tatum ask him why did Nolan, if Nolan came with you to your friend house so he don't know why he didn't leave with you when you left to go to the island? It was so much that Officer Tatum didn't ask that boy in that interview, y'all. And I was gonna let y'all go. Cause I work out and shit now. I'm gonna go to 12 o'clock, y'all. So if we could get to it, we could get to it. But if we don't, we gonna recap and refinish this motherfucker. Cause this Nolan case is the soap opera right now, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna keep y'all informed about it. You know, like I say, man, I'm just telling the truth and I hate. It's just entertainment. That's all. Entertainment purpose only. You heard me?
Picture afterwards. The key here is that when digital files are deleted, the data does not immediately go away. So the data is left intact at least for fractions of a second, sometimes hours, days, weeks. So what they'll find, assuming that they have access to the unencrypted data on the phone, is they will find bits and pieces of old text messages, videos, pictures taken, and that might reveal something that they can timestamp to the event in question, yet the picture is not still in the active files. That would suggest a deletion.
Look, this is the easiest consent banner I have ever set up on a website. We are talking under 10 minutes, no code, and it's free for small businesses.
Okay, hold on just a moment. Let me see, Jones. Dr. Jones, I'm just...
So you telling me videos and all that don't stay in the phone? But y'all just got video, allegedly, from Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty, allegedly, that was deleted. How did y'all get that? So now, man, y'all, man, stop it, man. And I hope Nancy about to say something about that, because he's saying that it'll go and you can't get it, and it'll just show it was deleted. No, man. I don't believe that. They doing too much covering up. Them people got big feet, y'all. But get them, Nancy.
Trial lawyer, I need you to explain carefully what you just said. Let me ask you some pointed questions.
See, she want that. She want to explain that. Because he's saying that if they got rid of it, there's nothing that you could do about it. They setting this shit up, y'all. I'm telling they doing this shit right in our face. And it's like, well, what the fuck could we do?
SNAP is different, very different. Hold on, doctor. Let me go to Tanya Jordan, Chief Parent Officer at Bark Parental Controls,
'Cause
author
she
of
ain't believe what he
Parenting in a
just said.
Tech World. SNAP is a whole nother can of worms. The other night, example, my son and I, John David, we both love Kung Fu. We're watching The Ultimate Ip Man, and I fell asleep. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I woke up and I looked at him. He was furiously on his phone. And of
Believe
course,
that.
that raises a red flag. Why is your son on the phone at 2 a.m.? I said, son, what are you doing? And he said, I'm responding to a snap. I'm like, let me see. Who's snapping you at 2 o'clock in the morning? It's some freaky dude in his underwear on the other side of the world. He went, gross, number one. And he said, they disappear. Okay. Snap. What is it?
Snap is an app that was developed to send disappearing nudes many, many years ago. So it's why children today now flock to that app and parents allow it. Myself included. I regret letting my son have that app. So now, fast forward to today, children think that this media disappears because that's the user interface presented to them. But the media does not disappear. Children sitting on either side of them can take a picture with their phone, and that data lives on Snap servers because, as we know, law enforcement has had a heck of a time subpoenaing them and getting access to it.
Okay, that's gibberish. So, does a snap disappear?
A snap appears to disappear to a user. So if I send a snap, and let's say, Nancy, you send me a
It
snap.
appears to disappear.
When I open it up, it disappears from my view. But that media, that photo, that video that you sent me, it is still alive in Snap's ownership.
Okay, so what that means to me as a trial lawyer is I can subpoena it and I can see it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, that made perfect sense. Now I get it. So my son is telling the truth that.
So, what the man was talking about then? If you subpoena, which they doing, it ain't no deleting it. So why is this man on here telling these lies? Like, what's the reason for him to? Because he had just pissed me off when he said what he said when he was saying it. But this other lady just came on here and clarified it and verified that I ain't crazy. And I know none of y'all ain't crazy neither. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no disappearing, bro. It appears to disappear when we see it with our eyes, but the tech company owns the data. That's why the FBI and the government could subpoena the tech companies whenever it's a case or something that's going on. So don't nothing disappear. It's all in the cloud forever. That football player slammed him on his head and snapped his neck in the process. There it go. That football player probably DDT'd him. And that what happened. And they trying to cover up for the football player, y'all. Did we just crack this case? Only time will tell. So our motive from concluding with all the evidence that we got, y'all. Oh, it's in the cloud. football player and him fighting, bow, 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 over Katie. Nolan getting the best of him, but the football player is stronger than him. Bow! Body slam him. Fuck the back of his neck up. That's where the raid come from. Because if you got him in a headlock, the headlock is locked. That's the back of the head. See what I'm saying? And if you go down and you slam him, that back, is he dead? It all makes sense. It's like, is he dead? It's like what they were saying on the call. Damn. If somebody just fighting and blah, and it just happened, and you don't know if he knocked out or if he dead. That's what the question corroborate that. Damn, is he dead? Damn, he looked dead. Because it wasn't planned. It's not a premeditated murder. No. It's an accidental murder. But they trying to cover it up because why would they want to cover it up? He going to the NFL. He going to mess up his dreams of the NFL. We can't let him go down. We got to stick with Bart. Katie saw, this what we going to say, y'all. It make sense, y'all. Telling the truth, not hating. Let's go.
It disappeared.
Get him, Nancy.
Yes.
To him.
To him.
But not to Snap. Okay. All right. What about WhatsApp? That doesn't disappear.
Correct. WhatsApp does not disappear, but WhatsApp is also purported to be encrypted. So Meta moved in a very big disappointment to anybody who cares about child safety to make WhatsApp end-to-end encrypted. So good luck to law enforcement trying to get anything that happened on that app.
To Dr. Jim Jones, digital forensics expert, associate professor, George Mason University, program director, on and on. Dr. Jones, I, like Nolan's mother, find it very unusual that Nolan, for a period of hours, there's nothing. He is a prolific snapper, Insta, you name it. There's nothing there. I got a problem, number one, of him separating himself from the phone. But no teen does that. Nobody does that. But if he's out in the water, he may leave it on the boat so it doesn't get damaged. But I find it hard to believe that he left the boat, leave with it and his keys, and that he wasn't taking pictures and on the boat, on the way out there. Where's all that? That's human behavior, which is not your forte. But Dr. Jones, explain to me what these subpoenas mean. Dr. Jones, from what we're learning in the last 24 hours, Nolan's family demands all IP addresses associated with his accounts, all communications, chats, posts, stories. You can explain later to Tanya what is a story, and all other information. The phone is critical because there's nothing on it for the critical hours. Subpoenas issued in the last hours to Snapchat, WhatsApp, TikTok, Meta, all Meta platforms, and all location tracking platforms, including Life 360. Okay, doctor, what does it mean?
So what they're trying to do is find everything that was pushed up to the servers. And as Tatiana pointed out, some of this content is encrypted as it goes through the servers. So they won't be able to see the content on the server, but they'll have a record that an image or a video or a message came through. So what I would be looking at is I would compare what the providers, the servers show to what's on the phone. And if I find a discrepancy, that would suggest that something has been deleted from the phone. Anybody that had access to the phone could easily delete something on the phone, much harder to delete what's being held on the servers.
We're looking for people 40 plus who want to actually master Claude.
And that makes sense why they had that boy phone. Talking about he left his phone. I don't want to come with y'all. I'm going to stay behind and I'm going to leave my phone. Man, come on, bruh. Them motherfuckers. Nancy say, Tatum, man, get off of here. Ugly ass motherfucker. Nancy say, get off of my show.
In 28 days. No free time needed.
For real,
just
bro.
10 minutes a day. Nexera gives you interactive, bite-sized
from the phone.
I assume his phone had a password. There are certain things that you need the password to do, such as delete activity. But if you don't have a password and you pick up your phone, if you're touching the screen, that leaves a trace. If you're trying to power it off, that leaves a trace. So we should be able to see people without a password trying to actively interact with that phone, as well as someone that has it. So we would do a forensic acquisition, and that's really important here. Someone just looking in the phone, you can get a glimpse, but you can't see what's deleted and hiding below the surface. We need a forensic acquisition to do that. We can tell if it was just soft deleted, so like sitting in a trash can, or a hard delete. So if you empty your trash on your phone and then you go and throw it into a dumpster and the trash is taken away, there is a log that tracks everything. Also with timestamps on when that activity occurred.
Digital expert Heather Barnhart. Okay, is a subpoena Dr. Jim Jones?
See,
is a
they just violated me on TikTok talking about harassment. Who am I harassing? What did I say that was harassing? Man, come on, man. Come on, man. I just appealed it. I didn't do shit. Let me see. Let me see if I said something. Let me see. I'm gonna leave my phone. Man, come on, bruh. Nancy say, Tatum, man, get off it. Ugly ass. Nancy say, get off of my show. Real, bro. Cause I say, get off my show, ugly motherfucker. They say that was harassing. That's the little clip that they say I harassed somebody on. And I can't go live to the 1st. Submitted on the 29th review. Appeal review results will be notified. Your access to go live across all channels, include multi-guests, will be restored on August 1st. What the date is? The 29th, 3rd, 31, 3 days for this bullshit. I ain't say nothing. Bro, I told y'all TikTok, bro. Harassment and bullying. I ain't say nothing. The fuck? You can go live and join live August 1st. Yes. Fuck TikTok.
Subpoena the equivalent of an acquisition.
Don't get mad because we on y'all ass.
Acquisition.
Nancy, get them.
Yeah, good question. No, very different. So the subpoena is going to the providers, the companies that provide these services.
See, I'm giving that good information. And that's what they do. Just imagine when they really start shutting us down, y'all. When we start saying certain shit and we can't. That's just a start. TikTok ain't used to do that when them people had it before the people got it when they made a deal. If you know, you know. But that's how Instagram and Facebook gonna become. But I don't know, Mark might not go for that, but you know, they control TikTok now. They bought the motherfucker. They got their hands in on it. I ain't say nothing wrong. I'm talking about this case. They even run motherfucking TikTok. Boy, they got long feet, boy.
And it says, hey, what is on your servers? The
I say
physical
something about
acquisition
Tatum,
is
and
going
they
to
say
get
I
a
harass.
copy of the raw data stored on the phone. And to Heather's point, what you see through the interface is only a small fraction of what's actually stored on the device. It's a very busy place and things are being replaced and removed all the time. The physical acquisition will take a snapshot in time of anything that's left, in particular, the fragments. She also made a very good point about the logs. Phones, modern smartphones, keep very detailed logs. It's not the picture, but it will tell you that someone deleted a picture, and you may even have a timestamp or other metadata that would help you know something about that content, even if you can't see the content anymore.
So, Dr. Jim Jones, if I delete
Jim
something,
Jones, damn.
let's just pretend it's a text. We delete a text. Then you go to the deleted file and delete it from the deleted file. We can't see it, but there is a record of that, and it is very likely revivable.
Yes, to the record, for sure. There's a record of that action happening. Revivability depends on how long it's been since it was deleted and what else the phone has been doing. So it's a very unpredictable process. Think of it as something that decays over time. Sometimes that decay is very rapid, sometimes it's slow.
And we know there's a difference in retrieval time on an iPhone versus an Android. It's a very delicate process. John Mobley, veteran trial lawyer, South Carolina. What is it Nolan's mother wants from social media giants?
Everything. That's what they want. And I've been saying this from the beginning. These are the types of things they should have been doing from the beginning. Not press conferences, not grandstanding, not the all show no go, but getting the actual data from the phone so they can get real answers to put all the information regarding what happened in context. They will know if anything was posted, if anything was deleted, if it was communicating with someone. This is the real work that needs to be done. This is how we all get answers.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know, part 2.
All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out exactly.
Hi guys, American homeowners. The FBI has been warning about a type of real estate fraud called deception on Horn Island or on the way there.
They could, based on timestamps of things that got pushed to the server, that would say he did have service. The absence of those records doesn't say that he didn't have service. However, the cell phone provider through the tower records could show that, because every time a cell phone talks to a tower, a record is created.
Excellent. The ping trail. Okay, back to Officer Tatum.
There you go, y'all.
Officer Tatum on YouTube. Did the young men you interviewed, I believe it was 4 of them, state that Nolan did not have reception, or did they explain why there are no pictures, text, instance, nothing on his phone? Did they have an explanation for that?
Yes, ma'am. They didn't mention anything about whether Nolan has service or not, but they articulated the reason why Nolan may not have, certain pictures on his phone. And they,
How you gonna know why a man don't got nothing? How you gonna, boy, if you don't get somewhere and sit down, how they gonna say why he don't got no pictures on his phone? I gotta hear this.
they had mentioned because Nolan spent the night at their house the night before, because it's traditional for the last few years that they actually went to Horn Island together. But they were saying that they had taken pictures at the house. Some of the pictures that you've seen floating around online were pictures that they took on the boat, but they didn't take those pictures when they got out, out there to Horn Island, because they were having fun. And I would argue.
And Nolan ain't take no pictures? Why would they even have something to corroborate why he don't have no pictures in his phone? Why would they have something to say why he don't got no pictures if they ain't playing that shit, bro? And they using this Tatum boy to push all those false narratives.
That they were drinking, and I couldn't imagine that they want to get underage drinking on camera. So what they had articulated to me, that it wasn't abnormal for people not to snap and not to do a lot of pictures and things like that, because they were focused on
But you
being
told me
off of the
they
mainland.
showed you pictures and videos.
Yeah,
so
but
they
it's
did
not
take
uploaded.
pictures and videos.
No. It's not a lot of pictures, and they weren't uploaded. So when you're talking about Snapchat, You're talking about a platform where people are uploading images and pictures to produce to the world. What they showed me were things that they had recorded on their phone, and it wasn't a lot of different things because most of what they did was drinking and having fun in the water. And so, what they had articulated to me as well is that it's not abnormal for people not to snap. It's not abnormal for you not to have your phone. And Nolan wasn't the only person that left his phone on the boat. They also mentioned to me, and you can see it in the interview that they did, was that they had no reason to touch Nolan's phone. They weren't thinking about Nolan's phone when they thought the boat was sinking. And when they got to the house, it was no incident when it comes to Nolan getting the phone back to the friend and parent.
Get him, Nancy.
You're going far afield from my question. Let me redirect you back.
Get him, Nancy. You better work.
Back to their phones. Nolan has nothing on his phone. They have pictures and videos on their phones. You told me that they exist, whether they posted them or not. So they were taking pictures and videos. Don't you see why the mom, Nolan's mom, is concerned there's nothing on her son's phone?
Well, Nancy, it's unclear exactly what the mother is articulating, because at one point she's concerned that there's not a lot of Snapchats or social media posting. She did not articulate, or the Benjamin Crump did not mention that there's nothing on his phone. So they're not saying that the phone was wiped and there's no images or anything. She was concerned about his social media frequency, which I believe after talking to the boys, it was consistent with what they said, and it was consistent with basic deductive reasoning that maybe he didn't post a lot on that day. So what remains a focus for me, and if I was investigating this
Not
case,
talking about
I
posting.
would want to know.
Not talking about whether he posted,
know,
officer.
No,
He didn't
what
even
I'm saying
take
is
anything.
that
There's no pictures. There's no anything.
That's what the mom is saying, but we haven't had an opportunity to either see or hear exactly what she's trying to articulate. Some of the things that she said in the media is that she's talking about posting. I don't believe she said that there was nothing at all on his phone, no pictures, no nothing. But I wasn't able to verify that. So if I was able to see Nolan's phone and the mother was able to show me exactly what she's articulating, I'll be able to have a better perspective in comparison to what Warren and the other boys were telling me. So at this point, I only have one side of it, and then I have a fractured perception from what the media or what the mother is saying in the media. So when the police officers look at his phone and they do a forensic extraction, if they're allowed to do that, they will see plainly if Nolan was on his phone, if he had taken pictures, and if they were deleted. Now, I'll implement this as we begin to try to guess and figure out what was happening on that day. It doesn't seem to be reasonable to suggest that the boys were in his phone deleting things. Now, after hanging out with the boys and getting to know them well, they're very intelligent young men, very savvy, and they were raised well. I would project, if I were to make an assumption, that if they were trying to cover up something that happened to Nolan, I would perceive that they would throw the phone in the water or something where it never would be recovered. Or if they had access to get into the phone, they wouldn't just delete, they would just completely rewrite the phone or, do a hard reset. Or they wouldn't give the phone back to mama or the family anyway. So with those factors put in place and what I've talked to them about, it seems as if their story seems consistent to me, that they did not get in the phone. They did not know his password. They had no reason to believe that there was a necessity to get in the phone.
Officer,
and they gave it over to the
I'm not saying
family.
you're wrong. I'm saying I'm not taking anybody's word for anything until I investigate it and corroborate it. Again,
that's fair.
Maybe they're completely innocent. Maybe they're not. I don't know. Or maybe someone else had something to do with Nolan's death. I don't know, but I will find out. And you said, I don't know what she said exactly. Well, here is what Nolan's mother said.
When we opened it up, there was nothing. There were no saved pictures. There were no snaps from that day. And we did open it before the 24-hour expiration. So we found that very concerning, only because anyone who's ever been around Nolan will tell you at social gatherings, he's taking videos, he's taking pictures, he's even come up to me when I'm getting ready to go to bed. Hey, Ma, come on, take a picture of me.
So she did
like
say
he
it wasn't
just,
nothing in
that was Nolan. So that's why we feel that things may have been deleted, was because of the fact that there was nothing in either one of his accounts.
Okay, to Tanya Jordan, Bark, parental
She said it
control
wasn't no
officer
saved,
and
nothing
author.
saved.
Do you understand what she just said? I do. Explain it.
Absolutely. When a
Nothing was
child
in his
dies,
phone.
every second, every hour, every day matters. Families and investigators need timely access to lawfully requested evidence so they can find answers and hold the right people accountable. And Snapchat claims to respond to most legal requests in 2 to 3 weeks, but critics say some investigations have taken months, which delays justice. Meta, Instagram, right? There aren't many kids on Facebook these days. There's no public average for subpoena response times, but it varies. It varies. And investigators have criticized delays in some really high profile child safety and teen death cases. WhatsApp, we talked about that earlier. Even with a warrant, Meta generally cannot read or produce message content because it doesn't have it. That's what we were talking about with the challenges with encryption. It's not a response time thing, it's the encryption. So I don't know if I answered your question, but I just felt it was really important to be very clear about what we need for justice and what social media companies are not providing in a timely manner.
What if I told you your sales team never had to do outbound ever again? You don't have to spend time doing hours.
You're very clear. I want Tatum to be right. I want this to be easily explainable when we know all the facts. But we will not stop until we know the facts.
Believe that.
If you know or think you know anything regarding Nolan's case, please dial 228-769-3063. If only I could put a keg of dynamite under the social media giant's rear end and get those answers now, I would. There is a $125,000 reward for information leading to the truth of what happened to Nolan. We remember American hero trooper Micah May, Nevada Department of Public Safety.
All right, y'all. Well, that's it for tonight. I ain't gonna go too far more into it. Tomorrow we're gonna resume it, and we're gonna get into the interviews of these boys. We've been on for 2 hours and 43 minutes, y'all. It went longer than I thought. This is very interesting, man, for anybody that been tuned in to this, bro. Is something that you can learn from, you know what I'm saying? And you can see if we gonna have to go through another injustice around the same time that we always do every year. If we gonna get justice, bro, and God gonna show us he don't play behind his people, Something gotta shake, something gotta give. We can't keep on allowing injustice, bro. Like, too many people get treated unjustly, bro. And it ain't right. I have been there. I know how it feel. It don't feel right when you the one have to be the victim. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody's time, bro. It make a lot of sense what you said, King LA. And I'm about to go really think on that, bro. And I am gonna go check into it. I'm gonna go talk that over with my wife. I'm quite sure she tuned in listening. But that what you said make a whole lot of sense to the question that I had when he interviewed those boys. That was one of the things I said. Who was fighting? That stuck out to me like a sore thumb. The boy never gave detail about who was fighting. he said, I don't know who was fighting, but when I saw it was my brother, I just went over there. So he never answered who was fighting. And for you to come and say what you said in them comments, it makes sense. And I think that might be the answer to what I had when I first tuned into this situation. Who was fighting? See, when you're a leader, and I will say I'm one of those, you pays attention to the little bitty details. You pay attention to it. So yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, man, on all my platforms, especially on YouTube. Y'all know we hit that 100,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? We got the plaque to let you know it ain't fake, it's facts. And I couldn't have did it without y'all, man. Let's get these other platforms popping and pumping. You know what I'm talking about? So y'all make sure y'all follow me on all other social media platforms, on Kick, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram at Original Hot Boy Turk. Follow me on my Facebook, Tab Virgil Jr. Follow me on my Twitter, Hot Boy Turk 32, and Twitch, Hot Boy Turk. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's telling the truth, not hating. With your boy Turk. I'm gone. I'ma holler at y'all, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.